Hello everyone. So in this video lesson for today, I'm going to discuss about the 6 trigonometric ratios. Okay? Specifically illustrating the 6 trigonometric ratios. So, pasensya na if medyo kurog akong pag-video karon kay I'm holding my cell phone for the purpose of recording this topic. Okay? So I hope still makasabot gyapon mo sa atuang discussion. So without further ado, let's start. So consider a right triangle whose legs measure A and B units, and let C be the measure of the hypotenuse. So kanang A and B are the legs of the right triangle, and C is what we call the hypotenuse. So when we talk about hypotenuse, muna siya ang longest side sa right triangle. You will be encountering the symbol theta. Okay, so ang basa niya is this one. Ang basa niya is theta, which is considered as an acute angle in a right triangle, and also it serves as the reference angle. To further understand the lesson, or to further understand this lesson, consider the right triangle below. Let theta be angle B. So ang angle B na to serves as the theta. So this is our reference angle. And therefore, A is the side adjacent of theta or angle B. If this is your reference angle, the angle B or the theta, ang iyang adjacent side is the A or the side A. B is the side opposite of theta or angle B. So if this is your reference angle, ang opposite side niya is the side B. So again, the adjacent side of angle B or theta is A or the side A, and its opposite is the side B. And C is the hypotenuse. So again, ang hypotenuse or the C is the longest side sa right triangle. And opposite of the hypotenuse is this right angle. If makakita mo ani nga form or kani nga forma, okay, kani, so it means that is the right angle. Note, we will name the angles represented by capital letters, while the sides opposite each angle are in small letters. So usually ang big letters are the angles, small letters are the sides. What are the 6 trigonometric functions? So ang 6 trigonometric functions, the first 3 are the main trigonometric functions, and the other 3 are what we call the reciprocal functions. So kaning cosine, okay, this cosine, sine, and tangent are the 3 main functions or the 3 main trigonometric functions, while their opposite or their reciprocal functions are secant, cosecant, and cotangent respectively. Cosine, sine, tangent, secant, cosecant, and cotangent are the 6 trigonometric functions. And as you can see, cosine, its reciprocal function is the secant. Sine, ang iyahang reciprocal function is the cosecant. Tangent, ang iyang reciprocal function is the cotangent. Okay? So mo ni siya ang abbreviation: cosine, cos; sine, kaning sin; tangent, tan; secant, sec; cosecant, kaning CSC; and cotangent is the cot. To easily remember the equations of the different 6 trigonometric functions, use SOHCAHTOA. Okay? So saan ang SOHCAHTOA? So actually this is an abbreviation or the mnemonic pattern in order for you to easily remember the formulas of the trigonometric functions. Okay? So let us express the functions into equations and illustrate their ratios. Let's tackle first the SO. Okay? What is SO? S stands for the sine, O stands for the opposite, H stands for the hypotenuse. Okay? Sine, opposite, hypotenuse. So if you're going to make the formula of this so this is sine of theta or sine theta is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. So S O H. So, okay? So SOH. Sine of theta equals opposite over hypotenuse. Sine of theta. Okay, let's assume that theta be angle B. So ang angle B na to mo na to ang reference angle. So mo na nga to ang theta. Okay? Sine of theta, this is our reference angle, equals opposite. So what is the opposite of theta? So ang opposite sa theta is B. Okay? B. Then all over the hypotenuse. So what is the hypotenuse? Kining C. Ang atbang sa right angle mo na ang hypotenuse. So C. Sine of theta is equals B over C. So again, sine of theta equals opposite over hypotenuse. Let theta be angle B. So this is our reference angle. So sine of theta equals opposite, which is B, all over the hypotenuse, which is C. Then, let's have the reciprocal function. What is the reciprocal function of sine? So, ang reciprocal function sa sine is the cosecant. So, ang cosecant of theta is equal to 1 over sine of theta. Reciprocal niya, again, cosecant theta equals 1 over sine theta. And cosecant of theta is equal to cosecant theta. That is equals hypotenuse over opposite. Let's look at the difference of sine and cosecant. So sa sine, opposite over hypotenuse. Cosecant is hypotenuse over opposite. So as you can see, opposite ang numerator, hypotenuse ang denominator sa sine. When it comes to cosecant, ang numerator is hypotenuse, denominator is opposite. Sine, opposite hypotenuse, or sine of theta equals opposite over hypotenuse. Okay? Well, ang bali sa sine is cosecant. So, ang bali sa cosecant of theta or ang cosecant theta is bali sa sine. So, hypotenuse over opposite. So, again, let's assume theta be angle B. Okay? So, let's use cosecant of theta. So, cosecant of theta equals hypotenuse, which is C, all over the opposite, which is B. So, cosecant of theta equals C over B. Okay, so let's go now to the K. Aritas letter B, the K. K or cosine adjacent hypotenuse. So, if you're going to make it in a formula, okay, or if you're going to make this one, to change that one to formula, so kanang K is cosine of theta or equals cosine theta equals adjacent over hypotenuse. If this is our reference angle, kung mo niya itong reference angle, the angle B or the theta, so ang adjacent niya is the A, ang hypotenuse C. So let's have theta be angle B. So let's have the K. Cosine of theta equals A, which is the adjacent, over C. Again, cosine of theta equals A over C. The reciprocal function of cosine is the secant. So, ang secant theta, that is equals 1 over cosine theta. So, may reciprocal bali. If cosine of theta is adjacent over hypotenuse, the secant of theta is equals hypotenuse over adjacent. So, bali. Ang adjacent, ang balik na sa cosine of theta. So, ang adjacent niya is nasa numerator, hypotenuse denominator. While, ang yung reciprocal function which is secant, ang hypotenuse na nasa numerator, adjacent sa denominator. So, again, let's have the theta be angle B. So, if this is our reference angle, ang hypotenuse, C, ang adjacent is A. So, bali, secant of theta equals C over A. Okay, if cosine of theta equals A over C, its reciprocal function formula, secant of theta equals C over A. Let's discuss this one. Letter C, TOA or TOA. Tangent, opposite, adjacent. Again, tangent, opposite, adjacent. Tangent of theta equals tangent theta, that is equals opposite over adjacent. So, muna siyang formula. Opposite over adjacent. So, if, let's have theta be angle B, mora gyapon. If this is our theta, if this is our reference angle, kaning angle B or theta, so opposite niya is B over adjacent, which is A. So therefore, tangent of theta equals P over A. And its reciprocal function sa tangent is cotangent. So cotangent of theta, that is equals 1 over tangent theta. So ang cotangent of theta or cotangent theta, so balira siya sa tangent. So adjacent over opposite. So kung sa arita, balik ta sa tangent of theta. Opposite na sa numerator, adjacent sa denominator, while sa cotangent ang yung opposite, ang adjacent na sa numerator, opposite na sa denominator. Let's have again the reference angle, which is the angle theta or the angle B. So adjacent, which is A, over the opposite, which is B. So cotangent of theta equals A over B. If tangent of theta equals B over A, its reciprocal function formula, cotangent theta equals A over B. Okay, so let's tackle this example. Determine the equations or ratios using the 6 trigonometric functions. So we have this given illustration or this given diagram. Sides are small letters S, T, R. S, of course, this is the hypotenuse. How can we tell that this is the hypotenuse? Kung atbang siya sa right angle, or ang opposite niya is the right angle, so it means this is the hypotenuse. Then R and T are the legs of the right triangle. Angles are big letters, S, T, and R. Angle S, of course, that is the 90 degrees. Then angle R and angle T. Base example, the angle T serves as the reference angle to determine the 6 trigonometric functions. Moni ang ato ang reference angle. First one, cosine of T, that is equals R over S. So that is under the K, no? K siya, K. K or adjacent over hypotenuse. So ang adjacent niya is R, hypotenuse is S. So cosine of theta equals R over S. Sine of T, so opposite over hypotenuse. Opposite is T, then hypotenuse is S. Again, opposite is T, hypotenuse is S. So muna siya. Sine of theta equals T over S. Next, tangent of theta, TOA. No, TOA. So that is opposite over adjacent. T over R. No, T over R. Tangent of T equals T over R. Then, if you are done with the first 3 main trigonometric functions, you can now easily form its reciprocal, or the remaining 3 trigonometric functions, which are the reciprocal functions. So let's have the second of T. So ang second is the opposite of cosine. If cosine of theta is R over S, of course, S over R. So bali. Ang opposite sa cosecant is sine. If the sine of theta is T over S, then cosecant of theta equals S over T. Last one is the cotangent. Ang cotangent is the opposite of tangent. If tangent of T is T over R, then cotangent of T is T over R. Use the same triangle STR to solve for the missing part. So let's have letter A. Given angle T, which is 48 degrees, then the side RT, which is 16. So ang angle T, muna siyang atong reference angle, then the RT, that is the S or the hypotenuse, which is 16. Solve for the T or the leg. Since the given theta is angle T equals 48 degrees and RT is the hypotenuse, use SO because T is opposite of angle T and the length of the hypotenuse is given. So is the applicable equation formula. Di man ka pwede mo gamit sa K o TOA. So jud ang pwede. Sine of angle T or sine of T, that is equals opposite over hypotenuse. So ang opposite is the T. Okay, so anon ang T. Angle T is 48 degrees. Sine of 48 degrees equals T over 16. And if you're going to solve that one, so ang T, ang gawas niya is 16 sine 48 degrees. Sine 48 degrees. Then that is equals, sa ito, T over 16. So T over 16. So actually, kanang sine over 48 degrees, na siya 1 nga denominator. Then cross multiply, So mo na nga natay t equals 16 sine 48 degrees. Mo ni siyang answer, 16 sine 48 degrees. So that is the length of side T or SR. Suggestion: you can use scientific calculator if it is available and get the approximate value of T in tenths or in tenths place, or you're going to round off in tenths place. So in order to get the exact or the approximate value of 16 sine 48 degrees, so let's use the calculator. Mas mayo nga namoy scientific calculator. Press 16. So as you can see kana 16. Okay. Then press the sign. Then 48. Then equals. So ang gawas niya is 11.8903171. Okay? So if you're going to round off into tenths place, so it becomes 11.9. Kaya ang tapad sa 8 is 9, so round up ka, so mudungag kag 1 dire, so mo nang nahimo siyang 11.9. So that is the approximate value of T. But you may express your answer in T equals 16 sine 48 degrees. It's either this or this one.